Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we're going to continue doing January 2019 chemistry regent. We are going to do part P1, the multiple choice part. Now, question number 31 saying the three nuclides uranium 233 to uranium 235 and uranium 238 are isotopes of uranium because they have the same number of proton per atom. And so if you're looking, all of those has the same number of proton electrons, but different number of protons. So how do I know the isotopes? The isotopes means same number of proton, different number of neutrons. So the answer must be number 4. So isotopes don't relate to electron anyway. So the answer is 4. Question number 32. Given the information in the table, so you have diamond, we have graphite, and he give us like some information. If you know, diamond and graphite are two different forms from carbon, two different for from carbon, so they have the same chemical properties, but they are different in the physical properties. And one of the things for the physical properties is the crystal shapes. So according to their arrangement, like crystals, that's giving their physical character. So when I talk about diamond and graphite have different properties because they have different crystal structure, because this is the only one that related to the physical properties. And if you're looking electronegativity related to the chemical properties, number of protons per atom, they are the same element. Number of valence electron per atom, that's the same number, the same element. So the only one is correct is crystal structure. Question number 33. Equation represents a chemical reaction in sodium chloride aqueous plus sodium nitrate aqueous going to give me sodium nitrate aqueous and silver chloride. This reaction is classified. If you're looking, the sodium was connected first for chloride, but in the second part it take nitrate. What does it mean? The sodium switches place with the silver, and the silver switches place with the sodium. So this is a double replacement. That's a double replacement reaction because sodium and silver switch their places, or you can see it up for the anion silver nitrate and chloride switch their places. So the answer is 4. Okay, question number 34. What is the formula for iron 2 oxide? So iron here means in the oxidation number 2, so it's Fe positive 2. Oxide means oxygen, which is negative 2. That means they are the same, so it should be FeO. So the answer is 1. Given the reaction, 2 potassium chloride is giving you 2 potassium chloride plus oxygen. How many moles of potassium chloride must completely react to produce 6 moles of oxygen? So the ratio is 2 to 2 to 3. So now the ratio between oxygen and potassium chloride is 2 to 3. Now I need 6 moles, so here I'm multiplying by 2, so I should multiply by 2, so it should be 4 moles, which is number 4. Question number 36. What is the number of moles of carbon dioxide in 220 gram of sample of carbon dioxide? The gram formula is 44 gram per mole. So I'm looking for the reference sheet, the last page, the mole calculation. So the number of moles equal to the mass, given mass over the gram formula mass. So I'm looking here, what I'm going to do, it's 220 divided by 44. If you're doing your calculation, I think it's like around Let's do it 11. That's 20. 11, 4. So it's 5. So the answer is 2. 5 moles. Question number 37. A solution contains 25 grams of potassium nitrate dissolved in 200 grams of water. Which numerical setup can be used to calculate the percent by mass of the solution? So that's percent composition. So mass part over mass whole multiplying by 100. So if you're looking here, so the part is 25, the whole is 200 plus the 25, 225 multiplying by 100. So the answer should be 3. Question number 38. What is the molarity for 0.5 liter of an aqueous solution that contains zero point 0.2 moles? So I'm going here. The molarity equal to number of moles of the solid per liter solution. That's the molarity. So number of moles divided by liters. Now I'm going backward. So he said I have zero point 0.2 moles dissolved in 0.5 liter. It's going to be 0.4 molar. So the answer is 4. Question number 39. A mixture consists of ethanol and water. Some properties of ethanol and water are given in the table below. So he's giving me some information about the boiling point, about the density at standard pressure, flammability, and melting point. Which statement describe a property of ethanol after being separated from the mixture? So ethanol is non-flammable? No, he said the ethanol is flammable, so that's incorrect. Ethanol has a melting point of 0. No, the melting point is negative 144. That's incorrect. Ethanol has a density of 0.8 gram at centimeter. Yes, that's correct. So the answer should be 3. The answer should be 3. Question number 40. A rigid cylinder with a movable piston contains a sample of hydrogen gas at 330 Kelvin. The sample has a pressure of 150 kilopascal and volume for 3.5 liter. What is the volume of this sample at STV? So if you're looking, now I'm going to use the combined gas law. V1 over T1 equal to P2 V2 over T2. So now, for the prior situation, it was 330 Kelvin and the pressure was 150 kilopascal and the volume was 3.5 liter. Now, what is the volume for this sample at STB? He wanted V2. Now, STB, I wanted to know the pressure and temperature, so I go all the way to the first page. Standard pressure is 101.3 and standard temperature 273. So in that case, I have to multiply 150 times 3.5 times 273 and I divide it by 330, 101.3 to get the answer. Now let's use a calculator. Yeah, I'm going to use my mobile calculator. Now, it was 150 times 3.5 times 273 divided by 330 divided by again by 101.3. It's giving us 4.287 liter. So the answer is 3. The answer is 3. Question number 41. Which numerical setup can be used to calculate the heat energy required to complete the melt of 100 gram at 0 Celsius? So I go for the reference sheet, the last one, the last page. Now we're going to talk about heat of fusion. So Q equal to mass HF. The mass is 100. The heat of fusion, I can find it in the first page. Heat of fusion is 334. That's joule per gram, and that's gram. Now I'm looking for the setup 334, so it's number 1. Now, during which phase change does the entropy of the sample increase? The entropy is the greatest while it's gas, and and the least one while it's solid. So increase it on entropy means I have to go from either liquid or solid to gas to increase the entropy. And that's increasing in the randomness. And why it's increasing in the randomness? Because the molecules are going to move freely, so it doesn't have any boundary. And now I'm going to check the answer. So that's gas to liquid. No, that's decrease the entropy. Gas to solid, that's decrease the entropy. Now, liquid to gas, that's increasing the entropy. Liquid to solid, that's decreasing the entropy. So the answer should be number 3. Question number 43. They want a name for this compound. So I have to assign first the number of the carbons and the functional group. The number of the carbons 1, 2, 3, 4, so 4. And the functional group is NH2 and no double bond. I'm looking for the reference sheet. Now, the number 4 means buta, and since all of them single, so it's butane. Okay, I'm looking for the functional group now. NH2 here is NH2 amine, so it should be butanamine. So now I crossed 1 and 4, and to get the least number according to the epoch, it should be number 3. So it's 1 butanamine. 1 butanamine. Now we have a reaction here. What happened? I have C4H10, and that's going to be butane because it's alkane, because it's follow CnH2n plus chlorine is giving you chloroputane plus hydrochloric acid. What type of reaction? So if you look, the chlorine replaced the hydrogen. Okay, the chlorine replaced the hydrogen, and replace in English means substitution. So it's going to be substitution reaction for 44. The answer is 2. Because fermentation for sugar to give me alcohol and carbon dioxide, polymerization, so extension, addition, so I added, so I, instead of having 2, I have only 1. So the only one reasonable is substitution. Question number 45. Which have reaction represent reduction? What does reduction mean? Reduction in the definition gain electrons. So we have the oxidation means lose electrons, and reduction gain electron. So here what happened, it losing because I start by element and it loses two, so that's incorrect. Now here copper gain electron, and instead of being positive being an element, that's correct. Now silver gain electron, it should be negatively charged because it was element, so it can be positive. Okay, and here if you're looking it's losing. So the only correct answer is copper gaining two electrons to be an element, a copper ion. Question number 46. Given a balanced ionic equation represents a reaction. So we have copper react with cobalt to give me, zinc react with cobalt ion to give me zinc ion plus cobalt metal. So what happened here? Here is talking about losing and gaining electrons. So I'm going to say, so the reaction I had zinc and later it becomes positive 2. What does mean? It lose 2 electrons. Now, it was cobalt positive 2. Now it becomes cobalt. There is no charge here, so means it gains 2 electrons. So the cobalt ion gain 2 electrons and the zinc ion lose 2 electrons, so it should be number 1. Question number 47. What are the two oxidation states of nitrogen in NH4NO2? So now I'm talking about NH4NO2. So now I have to differentiate. I have NH4 positive, NO2 negative. So we want to determine the two numbers here. How do I know this charged? If you're looking for your reference sheet, page 2, you're going to find ammonia NH4, that's positive one, and you're going to find nitrate NO2, nitrite, it's negative. Okay. Now, according to the rule, so according to the rule, the hydrogen is positive one. The hydrogen is positive one, but I have 4 and the over 4 is positive 1. So here is the nitrogen. So that's is going to be positive 4. What's the plus positive 4 give me positive 1? It's negative 3. So that's the first situation. I have negative 3. Now I'm going for NO2. NO2 negative 1. Now oxygen is negative 2 but multiplying by 2, which is meaning it's negative 4. What's the plus negative 4 give me negative 1? It's going to be positive 3. So the situation is going to be positive and negative 3. So the answer is number 3. Question number 48. We have the table below showing you the hydronium ion concentration for 4 different molar solutions. Which one has the highest pH? So, as we know, the pH equal to negative log concentration. So, for 0.1, it's giving me 1. For 0.01, it's going to give me 2. For 0.001 is going to give me 3. You can use your calculator and find log these numbers, but it's not going to come with a negative. That's why I have to switch the number. So that's 4. So D is the highest since it's giving me 4. He didn't ask me about which one is acidic. He asked me about the highest value. That's why it's 4. Question number 49. Now, giving this type of reaction. So I started by one element and I have two. What does it mean? I split it. So it cannot be beta decay or alpha decay since I don't have either alpha or beta particles. Now, either fusion means come together, but now no, I split it. So fission means I separate them or I split it. So that's why the answer is one. Which nuclear emission has the least penetration power? To have the least penetration power, so the particle should be huge and the greatest ionization ability. So if you're looking, the beta particle is electrons, and we know the electrons are less mass. Gamma ray is energy. So energy has the highest penetration. Now I'm comparing. Positron and beta particles are the same mass. Same mass. So these have the same mass. So they have the same penetration power. But if you're looking for the alpha particle is the helium 24, the helium nucleus. What does it mean? It has the greatest mass. That's why it cannot penetrate. So the answer is going to be one. Hope you understood. Have a good day. Assalamu alaikum.